The Goon-Pocalypse is among us, fellas. If you're hearing this, it's too late. A second plane has hit the hub. We are right now going through something crazy in Australia, which if you haven't been online or seen the news, is that Australia has brought in some new internet safety. The Australian the Australian Parliament has brought in some new internet safety laws which regulate 18 plus content. That's what we're going to say. I'm going to have to try to skip around it and mean that anybody, if you are wanting to consume this media, this 18 plus media, you need to verify your age first. Now, in protest to this, one of the leading manufacturers of this content, ALO, let me get out of the way so you guys can read it. ALO over here, this is the big dogs. These are the biggest manufacturers of adult content online. This is the company responsible for how am I gonna get around this without saying the big P word? Okay, so we've got Brazzers, we've got The Hub, we've got RedTube, that word, Tube8, Xtube, Digital Playground, Men's.com, Mofos, Nutaku, Reality Kings, Sean Cody, Trans Angels, Twisties, and Why Not Buy. There's a bunch of other ones as well. These are just the main heavy hitters. All of these companies now have no content visible to any people in Australia. In protest, they have pulled all of their adult content from their sites, and only people with existing accounts on each of these sites will be able to view the content. Now, this is crazy because the biggest gooner you know will definitely be experiencing withdrawals within the next week. That's my prediction. That's my prediction, okay? There is the biggest gooner you know will be in trouble. It's wraps for him, bro. He's going to be not himself for the next couple of days. Let's just say that. There are ways around this, obviously. There are ways around this if you do get a VPN or something like that, or if you haven't a previously existing account, there is loopholes and ways around this. However, I think this, sorry to all the gooners out there, this might be a self-report here, but I'm not one of you, sadly. I think that heavy reliance on content like this can be very detrimental to not only relationships with human beings, but also just for yourself in general. It's heavy reliance on this kind of content can, especially in younger minds, there is a bunch of academic papers stating that it can affect your attitudes, behavior, and also sexual development as well. So if you are exposed to this at a younger age, then it can permanently change the way you view sexual acts, which is obviously not good. There is a bunch of other, this is just an example. This is one that I recommend reading, National Library of Medicine on pornography consumption and cognitive addictive distress. I'd recommend giving this a read because I can't break it down because it is such a big paper here. But if you are into it, read this, just see what it's about. You may be thinking that, look, Lockie, it's not that big a deal. It's not that big a deal. Just give me the hub back. Give me the hub back, Lockie, and everything's gonna be okay. And while I love you guys and I wish I could do that for you, I don't think this is the right answer. So you, being a cognitive adult, can get a VPN and install that, and you can still watch it, okay? You can still watch it. You can prove that you are over 18 and watch it, okay? This is mainly designed at your iPad kids Roblox gamers, because think about it, if you're 9 years old, how would you go about installing a VPN? Like, is it feasibly possible? I know that the growing kids on iPads is basically making them artificial intelligence. Like, it is crazy. The stuff that my cousins can do at half the age that I was. They're doing like just in a gaming sense, they're 100% in games quicker than I can, and they're like 9. It's ridiculous, okay? These guys are superhuman, but to be fair, I think for the Australian government to take this stance is the right thing to do, because we're still living in the Wild West of the internet. Laws are still developing, everyone's opinion is still forming. The internet's only a couple of decades old, okay? This is not stuff that we've had to deal with for a long time, and society needs to sort of form those opinions and rules. And as well as sort of like the social media ban at 16, as much as people who are under that age gap hate these, I think that just being a of age viewer of the whole situation, I think that this is probably the right thing to do. Do you know why this is the right thing to do? Okay. This is a study by sass.org.au saying how common it is for young people to view online pornography. Nearly half of all Australian children aged 9 to 16 have experienced regular exposure to pornographic images. If you read that, okay, look me in the eyes, gang. If you read that, and say that more than half of every child between 9 to 16 has been exposed to regular adult content and don't think there needs to be changed, I think there's something misfiring up here. Fuse is blown, bro. This is not something that is just going to go away with good parenting or something like that. There needs to be regulation, because if Lil Timmy can get off Blox Fruit and get his rocks off in like 12 seconds, I think there needs to be at least something blocking that on a fundamental level, because no amount of constant parenting or like just if you were to like watch what your kids did 100% of the time, I guarantee you wouldn't be able to get everything. There needs to be some sort of disconnect where it's harder for young children to access this content. I think I don't care if anyone says anything about this. If you read this and be like, okay, I think the government is not doing a good job, I think you may have worms inside your head. It is crazy. Stuff needs to be done, but it's also really funny, because if genuinely, if your friends are like randomly really frustrated over the next 2 days and they don't have a VPN, you know why? All I'm saying is that that what's it called? Survivor's bias. Survivor's bias is going to have a field trip with this, because before this, the gooners amongst us were just walking among us, regular civilians. They're walking in between you. They could be you. It could be me. But now with this, there's going to be a lot more gooners resurface. We're going to see what people truly are. Let me know what you think below. The GOON-POCALYPSE is a really funny word. I think that's really, really funny. If you have any comments on the situation, drop it below. Do you think this is a good thing? Do you think this is a bad thing? Let me know. Hope you have a lovely day. Like, subscribe, share. If you want. I don't care. I'm not your dad. I'll see you guys around. Bye.